What's up with the Ripple and XRP community as a whole? World Crypto Finance. Hello again. Everyone should be having a great payday. Friday is December 2nd, and we still have a lot to do. Ripple has a lot of statement votes coming in. We're going to talk about the central bank and the digital currency advisor. We're going to tie that into something he said before about Ripple and CBDCs. You may have already forgotten about moving forward. Don't worry though, I'll help you remember. We also heard a good idea about the central bank digital currency ledger, or what I want to call a DevNet. Some people call it a private book. Let's talk about this, let's go over it. And let's see what everyone else thinks about this. Then, we're going to go through a lot of XRP on the move again, which is something we're used to seeing. So, folks, let's get the live coin. Let's just start watching this video right away. What do we say to the world? Bitcoin hasn't changed much. $16,907 in ideas and $1,279 in XRP 38 cents. It looks like these cryptocurrencies are trying to turn green every hour. Only time will tell if they are successful, but USDT is seeing coins under the dollar peg. The total cryptocurrency market cap is $862 billion, and Bitcoin has 37.68% of the market. Now, CryptoSong commented on this, and I talked about it this morning. This was that Securities and Exchange Commission filing that happened just yesterday, talking about Tango's customers on XRP. Go watch the video from this morning if you didn't already. This was a part of that. But go to those read this, and then tell me why XRP is a scam. He is trying to say that these companies are telling you in this Tangelos that 12.1% of their remittance income comes from XRP. And the way it's used, so everyone who thinks XRP will never be used, XRP is a ripoff. XRP doesn't do what it says it does. If you say that XRP is not needed, you are 100% wrong. Because in this report that was sent to the Securities and Exchange Commission, it says that if XRP doesn't gain clarity and these companies can't use XRP, it will hurt their business and shut them down. Just give that some thought. Now I want you to explain why you think XRP is a scam. How XRP doesn't work, what it is, and how it is the only cryptocurrency that does what it says it can do and has been tested and used in real-world businesses and remittance companies to move money around the world as fast as data moves. The scary part is that it works. How many tokens have been made that claim they can do 800,000 transactions per second? They could do everything that XRP can do that is good, but 200 times better. And then what happens when you take that token to a live environment and it fails? Who can say what happened to XLM? I can't remember the name of the guy who ran the project for a long time. No, not Jed. When I forget his name while he was out there, I can see his face. And he was trying to get SLM to be used in real-world situations to show that it works. Well, he did push it, though. And the network went down. Who can remember when the SLM to Stellar network went down? It got so crowded. People, because they weren't ready, it was down for hours. XRP hasn't been used in this way. Think about that for a moment and think about what you are holding. It's interesting that Tease Crypto put this out, talking about XRP Ledger.Private Ledger, or a DevNet for CBDCs, if you prefer. Let's take a look. People seem to be confused about public and private ledgers. For example, is the CBDC ledger, which is private, just that, a CBDC ledger? Well, the last time I checked, CBDCs are still not done everywhere. This brings me to my next point. The CBDC ledger is what we call the DevNet, and the XRP ledger, which we all know and love, is what we call the mainnet. At some point, the private CBDC ledger will probably become a sort of sidechain that MTOR operates directly with the XRP ledger through what is called a federated sidechain. We don't yet have trillions a day instructions running on the XRP ledger via CBPS and other utilities, and central bank digital currencies aren't even done. He is correct. What do we see happening with CBDCs around the world? They're all in a test environment where they're still being built and tested, which means that a developer who works in an environment where there are no trillions on the back of the XRP ledger would not need a stable, high-valued environment in the mainnet. It's not important. I could see if derivatives, ATs, CPP, and smart contracts were moving trillions of dollars a day on XRP in a development environment while the price was still 40 cents. I only have one thing to say. This is one of the reasons I don't make videos on YouTube anymore. With all due respect, if you really watch my videos, you'll know I've already talked about this, so just sit back, relax, and wait for the mass institutional utilization. What exactly are we talking about? At the end of the day, the federated sidechains are just a private ledger running on the right. I'm not sure if that's the right way to say it. I would say something like, I agree with him. We got a DevNet so that all CBDCs are running on a DevNet right now. But the DevNets will come to life at some point. When that happens, a lot of money from these institutions will go through the XRP ledger. But what we're looking at will be a sidechain that works with other chains. What does it mean for me? And you? We all feel the same way about it. You could look at it like this: we have the XRP ledger and a private ledger, and at some point, they will connect. This is exactly what will happen with the federated sidechain. It will connect with the XRP ledger at some point. So, what do we have to do in my message on his channel? Sit back and take it easy. Everything is taken care of by Ripple. Ripple is doing everything you can think of. But it's hard to keep your emotions in check and just sit back and watch what's going on in the space. And this was put out by Anthony Welfare, who works for the central bank as a digital currency advisor. Because I'm about to show you a very, very big piece of information. It's been 28 seconds, listen up, the world is connected. We also work in different countries and send money to family and friends back home. If you look at the whole financial system, it's not very good for what we do today. And he's not really good enough for the next generation, especially for Web3 and the future after that. So, in the end, we see that the CBDC is making it possible for all the innovation that was going to happen around the web. All he sees is a central bank and digital currencies making it possible for all the new ideas that will come up around Web3. People, that's where we're going. Okay. Ripple has been helping central banks build their CBDCs for more than 2.5 years. How do we know? Well, who remembers that from the Newberry Connect 2022 conference all the way in the right mall? Someone should ask, does everyone know what a CBDC is about that guy whose name is Anthony? Central bank digital currency. So, it's basically a digital version of the pound, the dollar, the euro, the yen, the rupee, etc. There are a lot of different kinds of it and a lot of different ways that it sort of works and happens. So I have to say, I'm Anthony. I started Ripple and am also the senior advisor for CBDCs there. So I'm talking from the point of view of the Ripple. And the work we do at Ripple is pretty interesting. We've probably been working on CBDCs for about 2 years now. So it's a lot longer than most people think, and it feels like a lifetime. It's only been a year since I started. And it's incredible how much this has grown in the last year or so. And we're going to talk about some great examples in a minute. At Ripple, we are basically taking a version of the XRP ledger and turning it into a private ledger. At this point, no central bank would use a public ledger for many different reasons. They might do it in the end. Let's wait and see what happens. So, this CBDC ledger will be added to a CBDC manager, which will let you mint, issue, destroy, or do whatever you need to do with your currency. So, it lets the central bank or any other kind of organization make money, put it into circulation, and start using it. We've announced 2 projects right now, and they are on opposite ends of the spectrum. I think it's important, too. When we talk about a digital currency, we're talking about the whole system of money, from bartering and trading gold to paper money, which most people probably still have a little bit of in their pockets, to electronic money. Okay, so what you see on your phone from your bank account is electronic money, not digital money. And finally, there are digital currencies. And the way we look at them as Ripple is as 3 different flavors, but it's a scale. So a digital currency like XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc. So, from local cryptocurrencies to the CBDC, which is backed by the central bank, monetary policy is a very important part of our world. If so, you might have heard what he said about the private ledger for the CBDCs. And that's what they'll use to do the surgery. This is what we consider a development network. Right? That is the testing environment. Ripples is helping them by giving them a copy of the ledger and giving it to the central bank. We've read articles about how they've been helping all of these central banks build their CBDCs and show them how it works and how to connect it while still keeping control of the money system. What Anthony just told us, but who will remember? A Ripple's advisor says that there will be more CBDCs news in the next few weeks. People and Erie coveted entity Well4 stated, and I quote, Ripple has several pilots in the process of CBDCs, including the Royal Tom, the Royal Monetary Authority of Bhutan, and the Republic of Palau. We understand. But then it says several, which means there are more than 2 but not as many things going on. We know there will be more because of this. He says to make sure you follow him for more central bank digital currency news. He just told you about the XRP ledger and the private ledger that they will be using for now because it shows them how to build out what they need to build and then how to fully operate it. More news is coming. We're going to hear more about CBDC, which has been the focus for the past 2 years. In this video, he tells you that all the innovation will be made possible by the CBDCs, and it will all happen around Web3. That's where we're going, and Web 2.0 was a huge chance. Most of us likely didn't see Web 3 is here. We'll pay attention to what's going on in Web 3. Enjoy your weekend, be nice to each other, but Van Winkle is out.